I'll give you kind of my formula because I know like Oren has his own formula, but my formula that's really been working for me that helps videos go viral is hook, value, stab, close.
So you got the 2 hooks.
Yes. So let me explain what that is. Exactly. Like
the 1-2 punch.
Yes. It's almost, I think Kane called it a head fake, right? It's like this idea of I get the ball, I about to pull up, but I give a head
Which
fake.
no one's jumping for that. To be clear.
That's crazy.
No one's jumping on that pump fake.
Brian, let's be real. If we're doing pickup, you're picking me up.
This is great. Oh yeah. I didn't know how deep you were about to go with that claim.
I wasn't about to say.
I would pick you up, yes.
Exactly. I'm your first pick. I'm your point guard.
It depends, dude.
I'm your point guard.
We have let's
I've
keep
seen
it
all
going.
the people we play with.
We'll keep it going.
You're picking me first.
This is going to derail the whole podcast because this is an hour long.
But there's no point guard that's guarding me.
This isn't an episode of The Shop. People are here for
I'm
marketing
dropping
content.
15 to 20, and all my dimes are going to you.
Under those conditions, I'll take you.
So back to the formula. My formula is hook, value, stab. For example, the stab part doesn't really reflect my example because the stab specifically, like if I'm doing good content versus bad content, I'm taking a stab at one of the brands.
Yeah, that's a well-known brand that's doing bad content.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So in one of the videos, it was like Reebok, right?
Or if you're doing like a brand's doing marketing right, you're going to contrast. Like if On Running is doing marketing right, then this other shoe brand is not. That's
exactly.
the stab.
So let's look at an example. So with Represent, this is Represent's $100 million marketing playbook. So it starts with Represent being a founder-led brand, but this is what they do better than anyone. So I set it up with this hook, and then there's like a little bit of value, but by me mentioning that like it's a founder-led brand, then I set it up with another hook by saying, but this is what they do better than anyone. So that other hook is essentially getting them to stay watching the video because my whole goal is to increase the average watch time, which is the third thing that I really learned about. Because the biggest mistake I see, and I see this a lot with Cut 30, right? Like this last cohort has 104 people in it. It has a ton of people. What I notice is a lot of people's videos will start with something like this. Hey, this is Alex. And so today I'm going to talk about how this brand did this. And it was crazy because this is the result. And when you get there, you're 10 seconds into the video. Like that is a huge mistake. And then they talk for 50 seconds. And by the end of it, you have like this 60-second video that the first 10 seconds are absolute fluff. Then there's like some kind of value. And then they end the video with like something like, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, just hit me below. So I'm about to do some math that I did, and I'm going to be looking at my screen as I talk about this. So let's say you put out a 50-second video, and the average watch time is 12 seconds. And this was a big moment for me that I understood, and it was like, this changed the trajectory of a lot of my videos. So 12 seconds of a 50-second video is a 24% watch time. If you have that same 10-second hook, and you take that 10-second hook to 3 seconds from, hey, this is what I'm going to be talking about, and I'm Alex, yada, yada, to, hey, this is X, you just reduced your hook by 7 seconds and increased your average watch time to 28%. So you just took it from 24% to 28% by just removing fluff. Now, if you take out that last 10 seconds at the end where you're saying, hey, if you like this, drop questions, yada, yada, and you reduce that, you now increase the watch time to 30%. Why is this important? So the first thing is algo market fit. This is something Oren talked about. So you find algo market fit when you put something out and then it shows it to your followers and then it slowly starts showing it to more people and more people that are outside of your follower base. And the thing that you'll learn there is the best content will rise, like especially with the changes to Instagram's algorithm, the best content will rise. So the more you can find algo market fit, the more people your content is going to be shown to. So all of my content is in this range of like 45 to 50 seconds. But the key is all of my content that hits and takes off and hits 100,000 views, they all have this starting watch time of 15 to 16 seconds. What I mean by that is anytime it hits my current follower base, the watch time will hit 15 to 16 seconds in that range. But then here's what's interesting. As it continues to hit more people and it shows it to more people, the watch time increases. So it goes from 15 to 16 seconds, and they'll send it to like another cohort of people. It'll all of a sudden go to like 17 or 18. Then it shows it to more, and it goes to 19, 20. And then by the end of it, the average watch time is like 23 to 25 seconds. So now the video starts at 30% average watch time, ends at like 50% watch time. So my whole thing here is that is influenced by the structure, the delivery, and the pacing. And so what I think is very important, it's important to have a formula, some kind of formula or structure that you follow, because you want to eliminate the fluff that you're adding throughout the video, because it's only going to decrease your average watch time by you lengthening the video, which then reduces the amount of people that it's going to hit long term. So if you could reduce it and keep the structure and the pacing very good, you're essentially going to have this video that is going to hit your followers. They're going to engage with it. It's going to have a high average watch time. The algo is going to see it. They're going to be like, look, this is a good piece of content. People are engaging with it. Let's send it to more. Let's show it to more people and more people. And that's how then you start to increase that base of individuals that you're going to be able to hit. The other thing is, when one piece of content hits the algo, you'll start seeing other pieces of content start hitting the algo. When during that time, I had 3 videos like really pop off. All of a sudden, videos that had 20,000 views went from 20,000 to 60,000, 80,000, 100,000. And that was part of like the rapid increase of follower count. The next part that I have is the importance of your hooks. And this sounds very obvious, but I always say you need to put triple amount of time into your hook as the body. Because, sorry, I had a burp. Because without attention, there is no retention. And the quote that I love is David Ogilvy, right? And I'm sure you've seen this a million times. On the average, 5 times as many people read the headline as they read the body of copy. It follows that unless your headline sells your product, you have wasted 90% of your money. This goes to the same, right? If we're looking at short form video, this rule applies to the same thing, where if nobody is consuming your content, you're getting nobody's attention, that hook is not delivering, you're wasting 90% of the rest of the work that you just put into the body. So what I really like to do is I break my video into sections and segments. So I have the hook, and I'll literally break this into Notion. It's hook, then 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. And I'm essentially mapping out piece by piece those sections because I want to get to 25% watch time. I know here, like I know if it's 3.5 lines or 4 lines, I know that's like 12, 15 seconds. I know that this part needs to bang because it's the only way I'm going to get to 50, which is the only way I'm going to get to 75 and 100. And so being able to break, again, this is when you're really trying to figure it out and you have to figure out what works, what's the common denominators in viral content. Break it down into this hook, 25, 50, 75, 100, because then you're going to be able to, when something performs well, you're able to look at the drawing board and be like, oh, this is why. And when it doesn't, you're able to do the same thing.